This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Monday, the 13th day of May in the year 2019. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Guyana marked Social Cohesion Day today with Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu reflecting on this country's history and the work that lies ahead to ensure true social cohesion. Speaking at a special ceremony organized by the Social Cohesion Department to mark the day, Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu made reference to the December 21 no-confidence motion against the government. He said the motion and its aftermath threatened social cohesion in Guyana.
Since December 21st, 2018, it may appear that our social cohesion was threatened by disruption. And so, I know this matter is engaging the court, and as I said last year, I do not drag politics into these social cohesion functions. But it suffices to say that the true blood Guyanese is allowed to be different, one from the other, and to recognize the differences around him or her. But a true Guyanese is not allowed to hold split loyalty towards Guyana, towards our motherland.
Speaking before an audience that included government officials and members of the diplomatic community, Mr. Nagamutu said the government remains committed to its push for true social cohesion in Guyana. He said the government is proud of the fact that there is a department of the government that focuses on social cohesion and building social cohesion.
Today, I see you as the rich blossoms of our diverse ancestral roots, firmly planted in our Guyana soil and committed to making our Guyana better. Our movement for social cohesion gains strength with each year. It is a work in progress to broaden it, to generate great appreciation for our diversities.
Minister of Social Cohesion Dr. George Norton said that he believes that although many years have passed, the spirit of social cohesion is very much alive in Guyana. He said his department will continue its mission to promote inclusive societies on a national level, in keeping with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. Guyana started to observe Social Cohesion Day 4 years ago, just after the coalition government was elected. More news coming up in just a moment.
Hey, babe. Hello? Is Don Me Quite just done?
Buddy, you need to switch to GTT Fab 5.
Fab 5?
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only 5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Oh, yeah, I like the switch. Wicked Fab 5.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right, walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong, be the one to live right.
Welcome back. Recently appointed Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Karen Cummings is in Grenada on her first official assignment abroad. The minister is currently representing Guyana at the 22nd meeting of the CARICOM Council for Foreign and Community Relations. According to a statement from the Foreign Affairs Ministry, the two-day meeting has brought together regional ministers who are discussing a range of matters of regional and international significance, including upcoming summits, candidatures, climate change, among other areas of interest. The Council for Foreign and Community Relations consists of ministers responsible for the foreign affairs of CARICOM member states. Among the Council's main objectives are that it aims to coordinate the foreign policies of the member states of the community and seeks to ensure the adoption of community positions on major hemispheric and international issues, and to determine relations between CARICOM and international organizations and third states. Minister Cummings was appointed just 2 weeks ago following the resignation of Carl Greenidge from the position because of his dual citizenship. Persons who hold dual citizenship are prohibited from serving as a member of parliament under the Constitution of Guyana. Greenidge has indicated that he will be giving up his British citizenship. An investigation is ongoing this evening into the death of a prisoner from the Mazaruni jail who collapsed and died hours after ingesting what he thought was liquor. According to reports, the prisoner Gary Stewart and a number of other prisoners were on work duty at the Peru on Friday when Stewart found a bottle that he suspected to contain liquor. He drank the contents of the bottle and shared it with some other inmates on the work duty. Moments after they were taken back to the prison, it is reported that they all started to complain of being unwell. Stewart appeared to be experiencing the most pain and was rushed to the Bartica hospital where he died. The other prisoners were treated and are being monitored. Investigators are continuing their probe. A post-mortem examination is also expected to be carried out on the remains of Stewart. An investigation is on the way this evening into an attack on the operators of a small local cargo vessel in the Essequibo River late last week. The two men have been hospitalized with chop wounds about their body. They have told investigators that they left Barica last Thursday for a trip across the Suriname, but were attacked late that night by some cutlass-carrying men who pulled up alongside them in a speedboat. The attackers reportedly carted off $900,000. The men claimed that they recognized the voice of one of the attackers and identified him as someone who worked with them previously. Investigators in the Essequibo region are probing the case. The owner of the vessel said this was the first time that his vessel was ever attacked, and he has been involved in the cargo business for several years, traversing the same Essequibo River. In the courts now, 4 minibus operators appeared in court today and were slapped with an attempted murder charge related to the stabbing of a businessman during a confrontation. The alleged incident occurred on Mashramani Day, February 23, at the corners of Peter Rose and Forshaw Streets along the Mashramani route. The prosecutor's case is that on the day in question, the 4 men, Akeem Lawrence, Isan Henry, Raymond Shaw, and Terry Campbell, wounded the businessman Vishnu Buduram during an argument that escalated into a fight. The businessman found himself hospitalized for several days, nursing stab and chop wounds to his body. The 4 accused were not required to enter a plea to the indictable charge today, but they were granted bail in the sum of $200,000 each. They have all been ordered to lodge their passports and to stay away from the businessman. The matter will return to court later this month. And still in the courts, a police sergeant who was attached to the Albertown police station found himself on the other side of the law today after he was charged for sexual assault. Police Sergeant Norris Henry was today accused of touching a woman's leg without her permission while she was seeking his help as a police officer. The incident allegedly occurred in October of last year. The prosecutor told the court that the police sergeant was accompanying the woman in a police vehicle to effect an arrest following a complaint when the sergeant started to rub the woman's legs under her skirt. A report was made and an investigation was recently completed. Bail was granted in the sum of $120,000, and the police sergeant will return to court on May 21. Across the region is coming up next.
Friends with benefits!
Let's be friends with benefits.
The craziest concert to hit Guyana! Friday, 24th of May, 2019! We head to DCC ground! Let's Gibbs Street, Queenstown! Friends with benefits!
The future is green. Let's help you experience the future with easy financing for your business or home. Be it for solar energy, water treatment recycling, water filters, energy saving appliances, or wind power projects. Enjoy competitive interest rates, fast approvals, and discounted lending services fees, low equity contribution, and flexible repayment. Visit us for details or go to www.gbtibank.com or email us at banking@gbtibank.com. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
The last Inhale Soca Block party was a definite hit. There was like these fire breathers and stuff like that. Like they had conga lines and the whole vibe for the party was just perfect.
We had a blast. I did all of the base makeup.
You know, the girls walking around with the gunny thing, spraying, spraying the shots in the mouth, kneeling down, see boys kneeling down, put the foot, getting shots in the mouth.
They had some things that I've never seen before, which is these CO2 guns.
They literally had like a mosh pit in front of the stage. Everybody form a circle and people jumping in and dancing crazy, girls on the ground.
The DJs, they were really good. That most of all made us enjoy ourselves.
The only advice I could give y'all is to definitely get your tickets early.
I will be there soon as Drew give him a free pass.
The Soca Block Party, Friday the 17th of May.
Across the region right now in Jamaica, Jamaicans are being urged to end the stigma and discrimination associated with HIV and AIDS, as a new survey shows that accepting attitudes towards persons living with the virus remained low. Health and Wellness Minister in Jamaica, Dr. Christopher Tufton, said it is the fear of stigma and rejection that contributes to a delay in persons accessing HIV care. He said persons who may have signs and symptoms or who know their status are simply unwilling to turn up at the hospitals or the clinics to be treated because of stigma and discrimination in Jamaica. The 2017 HIV/AIDS Knowledge, Attitude, Behavior and Practice Survey released in Jamaica last week indicated that accepting attitudes towards persons living with HIV and AIDS remained low, but declined from 14.3% in 2012 when the last survey was done to 11.6% in 2017. In Dominica, Prime Minister Roosevelt Scarrett is predicting that his Dominica Labour Party will win the upcoming general elections by a bigger margin than it did when it won a fourth consecutive victory at the polls in 2015. General elections are constitutionally due by March next year, but political observers believe that Scarrett will name an election date before the end of this year. Both the DLP and the main opposition United Workers' Party have been launching their candidates for the 21 seats over the past few weeks. In the last general election, the DLP won 15 of the 21 seats. The UWP said it would launch its full slate of candidates this coming Sunday. And finally tonight, international news. Sudan's public prosecutor has charged ousted President Omar al-Bashir with incitement and involvement in the killing of protesters. The charges stem from an inquiry into the death of a medic killed during protests that led to the end of his rule last month. Mr. Bashir's fate is unclear. He was reportedly arrested after being ousted. He is also facing an investigation over allegations of money laundering and terror financing. Some Sudanese people will not believe that Mr. Bashir is really in trouble for such crimes until they see him in court, reports the BBC. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting.